Welcome back to my channel. Today we're making miniature Leadlight windows using the Cricut Maker. I've created 3 unique designs, this black ornate window, this butterfly Leadlight, and a church style window. Starting in Cricut Design Space, and I'm using the PC version here, we're going to click on images and search for the word patterns, and then scroll through until you find a pattern that looks like the stained glass window that you'd like to use. I've gone with this option, and then we're going to click Insert Images, which will place it on our canvas. We have 3 key components to our project: the pattern cut from vinyl, a solid shape for the glass, and an outline for the wood. I'm going to duplicate this shape and then change the color to black because I want to cut it from black vinyl. To create the outline, click on your second shape and we're going to use the contour. Contour helps us isolate various shapes in our image. Once it's loaded, we're going to click Hide All Contours, and this will remove all of the shapes except the background. When you do this, the top one will highlight and everything else is grayed out, and just click off that box in order to make the change. Now you've got a solid shape that matches perfectly, and if we send this pattern to the front, you can drag it over the top like so. I'm going to duplicate my solid shape. This is so I can also make my wooden frame. I've changed the colour of one of these shapes to blue to signify that this is the glass piece. Now for making the wooden frame, I dragged this piece over and I kind of aligned it like so, and then I dragged the bottom right hand corner to make it larger. It needs to be bigger because the window piece will sit between 2 of the wooden frames. Now we're going to slice that smaller window piece out of the wood piece. So I duplicated the window, highlighted both, and then use the align tool to center them. Again, highlight both, and we're going to use the slice tool down the bottom right hand side of your screen. What this does is it cuts that shape out of our wooden piece. So you can delete those 2 and you've got your wooden frame, which I've changed to a brown color to signify wood. And then I've duplicated that frame because we want the window to sit between those 2 pieces. So if we put it all together, we've got our back wooden frame, and then we've placed the window there, and I've adjusted it slightly so that it's a little bit larger than that hole we've made. Then we have our black vinyl piece, which will sit right there, and at the very top we've got our wooden piece. So if I send that to the front and drag it over, we've got the wooden piece. And I can center everything with that align tool by highlighting, clicking align, and then center. To make it a mini window, I've then highlighted everything and reduced the size from 21 centimeters down to about 10 centimeters. So we've got our black vinyl mat, and here are the wooden frames, and for the material I've selected Basswood. And you do need the Cricut Maker if you're going to cut wood. And here are our window pieces. For the base material we're going to use acetate. So if you browse all materials here, scroll all the way down until you see plastic right there, and acetate is the first option. And plastic is cut with the fine point blade. Now before we cut everything out, I'm going to show you a different variation. I've gone to a free printable colouring book website. This one is coloringhome.com, and then I've typed in the word windows and performed a search, which brought up a lot of different variations. And under the stained glass window, you've got lots of different complex designs, and these are fantastic to use on your Cricut. Because we're making a mini window, you need to choose one that has quite thick lines on it, because if they're too thin, it will be difficult to cut from vinyl. I've gone with this popular butterfly design, so we're going to click on that one, and then we're going to save it to our device. In Cricut Design Space, we're going to start a blank canvas and select from our photo library, and there's our butterfly that we've saved earlier. You'll notice it comes through as a solid square, so we need to use that magic wand tool in the bottom left hand corner to remove all of the white space. Once you've removed the white space, we're going to save it as a cut image. Then insert it onto your canvas. Because this is a square shape, we're going to add a square under shapes, drag that over so it fits over the top, and follow the exact same steps that we used earlier. I'm using the iPad version of Cricut Design Space to create this window. And exact same steps for our third window. Another clever way to create the solid shape for the glass is just to upload the same image and only remove the background, leaving all the other white space blank, and you'll get this solid shape. Again, use the exact same processes to create your window. Now let's cut it all out. I'm starting with the black vinyl. You can see all those intricate cut lines. A little secret for the windows, this is an empty laminator sheet which I've run through my laminator. You can see right through it like a piece of glass, and it's easy to cut out. Because basswood is so delicate and breakable, I stick a piece of contact on one side of the wood. This just helps the wood be a little bit more stable, and you can't see the shiny side when you put everything together. I'm using the strong grip mat for our wood piece. Move the star wheels to the side and load up the Cricut knife blade. This is how the wood looks when it's cut out, and it's a lot sturdier with that piece of contact on one side. I've then applied a varnish of sorts on the wooden side with a brown texture. This is my favourite part, weeding out all of that vinyl. Now we need to transfer this design onto our glass. So I've used sticky tape here as transfer tape. It's just a preference of mine, you can use any transfer tape. Stick it over the top of your design, and then we're going to carefully peel it off the back. Line it up just right and place it over the plastic piece. Now we're going to peel off our transfer tape, and you want to peel it like so. Don't lift the transfer tape up because the vinyl can come with it. And once that's stuck down, it really looks like a stained glass window. You can even put the little wooden piece on top to visualize it. Now it's time to colour our stained glass. I tried initially with these chameleon pens, but they left a little bit of a white film on top of the acetate, so I ended up using Sharpies, And these worked really well, they didn't leave a residue and you can see right through them. When colouring in, hold your Sharpie at an angle so you get a good surface area and run your pen back and forth. You want to avoid holding it in an upright position because you'll get all of these draw lines and little spots. Apply some glue on the outside edge and then carefully stick your piece of wood to your stained glass. And there you have it, that's our butterfly stained glass window. You could use it as a window or even a fancy roof on your mini house. Then repeat all these steps for your other stained glass windows. I used a black wood stain for this one. This one would work really well as an ornate screen for your mini project. Now for the last one. I kept the design on this one pretty simple. And we're done, and look at how the light shines through, creating such magical patterns and colours. Thanks for supporting my channel. We'll see you next time.